Hello and welcome to the latest forecast for Scotland for the upcoming weekend. A blustery weekend to come, the wind the most notable feature of the weather, but there'll also be some persistent rain later Saturday, clearing to lively showers through much of Sunday. Lots going on. The weather in a very buoyant, changeable mood at the moment, but actually Saturday morning is looking reasonable. First thing, if you do have outdoor plans, there'll be a few wintry showers, sleet and snow to lower levels for Shetland and the far north. But elsewhere, dry for a time before the cloud thickens and some heavy rain arrives. Mainly this is north of the central belt, but some higher ground further south will turn increasingly damp. Edinburgh, Fife, Dundee, Aberdeen, well, largely staying dry through daytime hours on Saturday. The weather turning wet and windy elsewhere. Let's take a look at the afternoon on Saturday in a bit more detail, because it looks like temperatures will be reasonable compared to recent days and weeks with 9s and 10s, but it's not going to feel very pleasant with the wind and rain. And by this stage, the rain is reaching the Grampians, it's turning wet eventually for Aberdeenshire, and then the rain pretty much sets in across Orkney, the far north, apart from Shetland, where it stays largely dry, bright, but also chillier than the rest of the country. This first batch of wet weather does move through a brief gap before, well, the cold front comes in later in the night, and this brings a spell of several hours of wet and windy weather, some reasonably high accumulations, say 30, 40, 50 mils over the higher ground of the west, but it does clear through relatively quickly compared to the weather systems of earlier in the week, and it's replaced quite quickly by showers. First thing Sunday, frequent lively showers, clear spells possible in the northeast perhaps, and where winds are a bit lighter, where it's a bit more sheltered, well, 1 or 2 spots could get a touch of frost. Otherwise it's 5-6 degrees or so, but with these showers setting in across all parts, most frequent and heaviest for the north and the west, but the odd shower reaching its way further east to affect Aberdeen, Edinburgh borders as well. A brisk wind accompanying these showers, perhaps 40, 50 miles an hour gusts across western exposed areas and around some of the heavier downpours. You wouldn't rule out hail and thunder as well in some of the sharp showers, and some sleet and snow increasingly over the higher ground. Because the weather is turning colder, but it's also turning even more blustery as we end the weekend. Now, this is Storm Matia, named by Met Éireann because the biggest impacts will be felt by the Republic of Ireland. And then later Sunday, the strongest winds transferring their way to parts of Wales and the southwest. And here, 50 to 60 mile per hour gusts are likely inland, 70 around some exposed coasts. So far, the winds falling generally light across parts of Scotland, strong for a time Sunday evening in the west of Scotland, and then our attention turns to this low pressure, which there is some doubt, there is some uncertainty about its position and its depth. But it could bring another swathe of strong winds down these North Sea coasts, and particularly gusty winds, 60 mile per hour gusts, perhaps to expose parts of, say, Aberdeenshire, along with some high tides. Well, that could bring large waves and coastal impacts. So we're keeping a close eye on this system. Before that occurs, we've got the named storm as well, Storm Matia, to watch out for. Lots going on over the next few days. Very changeable, very boisterous weather. And you can follow all the very latest on social media. Bye-bye.